Every day, many animals suffer electric shocks without any warnings to protect them from this danger. In this video, you'll witness shocking situations where animals encounter electricity without understanding its risks. Stay with me until the end to see just how heartbreaking and impactful this issue is. I'm Saber Tech. If you like the video, don't forget to support us with a like and passion and love. Curiosity in monkeys sometimes leads them into dangerous situations, like this monkey who received a powerful electric shock, teaching him a crucial lesson. Not everything within reach is safe to touch. The column suddenly short-circuited and began electrocuting. The goats around it were violently affected to the point of being pulled toward it. However, luckily, someone appeared at the last moment and saved them before the worst could happen. This goat received an electric shock that left it utterly disoriented, unable to tell where it was going or where it came from. The goat, unaware that the fence was electrified, received a powerful electric shock that caused it to flip over instantly. This monkey was moving near the electrified train tracks when it suddenly received an intense electric shock. The strangest part of the situation was that after This is one of the most heartbreaking situations you could witness. The dog was standing near water, electrified by a live wire connecting the electric pole directly to the water. When the dog stepped into the electrified water, the current surged through its body, causing a severe and tragic electrocution. Even more devastating was the bystander who stood watching, making only this monkey escaped from the zoo. At the moment when rescue workers were attempting to save him to prevent him from being electrocuted, the monkey was extremely frightened. Despite all their efforts, unfortunately, he suffered a severe electric shock. This monkey was being treated at a veterinary clinic, but he escaped from the doctor and kept jumping on the electric wires. In the end, he got a strong electric shock, something very painful like that.
A group of researchers decided to hang up this gazelle and electrify it to test animal intelligence and observe their reactions. Despite being electrocuted every time he tried to approach it, this bear refused to give up. After a full day of attempts, the bear discovered that the generator was the source of the electricity. He cleverly moved the generator, won the challenge, and finally claimed the gazelle. Bon appetit, champ.
Due to water accumulating around electrical poles during rain, a dangerous short circuit occurs. At one moment, a cow approached the pole, and the electricity gripped her, pulling her toward it. Luckily, this person arrived just in time and cleverly managed to pull her away from the electric current, saving her. This little monkey was playing and, out of curiosity, approached the wires. As soon as it touched them, it received an electric shock, leaving it regretful and unlikely to ever do that again. Watch here how its father and mother reacted to what happened. As the dog was passing under the fence, it suddenly received an electric shock.
This monkey was moving on the electrical wires, which are usually insulated in these areas. But unfortunately, when it reached the pole, these parts were not insulated, so it was exposed to a very strong electric shock. This small monkey was playing on the electrical poles but suddenly got caught on the wires, and at that moment, it received a strong electric shock that knocked it to the ground. And the big surprise was that it was still alive after that strong shock. Unfortunately, the urubu risks electric shocks due to its constant presence on the wires. At that moment, the urubu was exposed to a mild shock, but the rescue team managed to intervene in time and save it. This falcon thought it would pass safely, but as soon as it touched the wire, it received a significant electric shock. The surprise is that its problem is that it doesn't seem to learn from the lesson. This bear is about to get an electric shock that will make him think 1,000 times before coming near here again. Of course, we're used to seeing monkeys in situations like this. But this time, the situation is entirely different, and the heroine here is the poor cat. Unfortunately, the cat suffered a very strong electric shock. Unfortunately, this wire was connected to electricity, and as soon as the little goat approached it out of curiosity, it got a mild electric shock. Birds are always at risk of electric shocks. This bird suddenly got a shock in the blink of an eye. The person who was being checked on was found to have experienced a mild electric shock, but luckily was able to recover and fly again. This dog didn't know that the fence in front of him was electrified. Suddenly, the dog received a very strong electric shock. The jolt was so powerful that the donkey standing next to them couldn't help but react. Honestly, the snake in front of you is about to experience an electric shock that will make it think twice before appearing in this place again. For me, the elephant is the true king of the jungle. Look here, you'll see how intelligently it tested the fence to ensure there was electricity. As soon as it discovered the electricity, see what it did with a very clever move to skillfully and cleverly cross the fence. This dog seems to be new to the place and didn't know the fence was electrified. In a moment, it got an electric shock that will always make it remember this fence with every step it takes in front of it afterward. This little cow will get a small shock to learn not to go near that thing again. This dog that trying to enter the farm didn't know the fence was electrified, so he got an electric shock. He probably won't think about coming in here again. That little pig, out of curiosity and eagerness, got a significant electric shock. I always say that the bear is very clever despite its fierceness, strength, and size. Look at what it did when the farm owner put a fence around it. The bear used its brain and kept digging in the ground until it got under the fence. What cleverness! Surely you got an electric shock before? This poor dog will get a small shock, so he won't think about going near any fence again? The snake, as soon as it tried to cross the fence, got an electric shock to learn to stay away. But its mind brought it back to try again, and it got a stronger one than before. This duck was hanging on an electric wire, and the moment people tried to help it down, it suddenly got a very strong electric shock. Unfortunately, we've reached the end of the video, but the moments I spent with you are among the most wonderful and beautiful times, and I am very happy during them. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and watch the rest of the videos on the channel. See you in good health. Peace be upon you.